Russian tide of progress continues to supply the Allies with heartening news. Each fresh advance carries the Red Armies into towns and villages where the mark of the invading beast is all too apparent. Let us follow the Soviet soldiers through one or two places in their stride westward, and with them come into contact with the revolting sights left behind by the Hun battalions. It was at Taganrog that the bodies of hundreds of civilians were found in an anti-tank ditch. People who had been slaughtered en masse by the execution squads. One of the many devil's playgrounds strewn across Russia. Outside Rilsk, they came across Ukrainian girls herded in barbed wire enclosures waiting to be sent to Germany. For refusing to go to work in Germany, a number of young miners were shot and their bodies thrown down the shaft. Soon there'll come a payday for murder. No German appeals for mercy, no political juggling or peace proposals will save them from the wages of their sins. At this point, we interject captured German newsreel pictures which tell the get-out story during the forced evacuation from Novorossiysk. Demolishing the lines behind them, the Nazis retreat across the Taman Peninsula. Land's End for Hitler's divisions in the Kuban is the Kirch Narrows. Notice to quit has been served on them by the Red Army, and wholesale withdrawal is in progress. For German audiences, the operation is explained as a shortening of their lines or elastic defense. Keeping them on the move are Russian bombers of the Red Air Force. Softening the bad news, the German newsreel calls in Stuka dive bombers thrown in to harass the Russian advance. Evacuation of the mainland across the narrow strip of water to the Crimea. Dr. Goebbels has already built them strong and well-prepared positions. We pick up the Russian newsreel story again in the region north of the Sea of Azov. The now liberated Donbass area, which was wrested out of German hands after very heavy fighting. German armaments works, bombed out of the Ruhr, had attempted to establish a Krupp's factory in Mariupol. German industry received another shock when the town fell, and with it, the machinery which they failed to get going. Signs of occupation are flung down as the steady march westwards rids towns and villages of a hated invader. There's human interest in this story of the first Moscow to Kharkov train to run after 2 years of interruption. The resumption of a passenger service along a railway line which was once a front line. In the chain of successes so valiantly won is the town of Glukov in the northern Ukraine. One more place where misery and suffering have given way to indescribable relief. The joy of liberation is told for you in these pictures. With heartening regularity, the Russian communiques announce their successes. Each triumph of Soviet arms is recognized with a fresh outburst from the victory guns of Moscow. Here is that scene as the batteries again fill the sky with their colored bursts.